Welcome back to Sunny with a Chance of Funny. I'm your host, Calvin Evans, and today I'm talking about Michael Air Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time and my childhood idol. Now, His Airness recently released a statement talking about how he was fed up with police officers shooting African Americans and also talked about the targeting of innocent police officers. In his statement, he said, "As a proud American, a father who lost his own dad in a senseless act of violence, and a black man, I have been deeply troubled by the deaths of African Americans at the hands of law enforcement and angered by the cowardly and hateful targeting and killing of police officers. I grieve with the families who have lost loved ones, as I know their pain all too well." Now this is a pretty big deal because during MJ's playing career, he was larger than life and he never used that platform to talk about social injustice, civil rights, or politics. He kind of just played the fence. He was most famously quoted for saying Republicans wear shoes too when asked about backing African American Senate that was running in his home state. Now, MJ was good at dodging questions, so if you asked him any hard-hitting question in the 90s that pertained to something that he wasn't feeling, this is how he responded.
Dick Warchowski, Associated Press. Michael, could you tell us your feelings on the Rodney King beating in Los Angeles?
You said Rodney King? I'm sorry, just a second. They plumb when you cook them. No comment. Now, I'm from Chicago, born and raised. In the 90s, Michael Jordan, he owned this city, man. You wore his shoes, you wore his jersey, all the shit that he endorsed, you bought that shit because Michael Jordan was the man. Now, people often got mad when people were getting shot for his shoes, like, man, Michael should say something. I'm like, if somebody wants something you got, they're gonna shoot your ass for it. It could be a watch, it ain't got necessarily to be Jordan's. But because he was the face of it, they felt he had a responsibility to speak on it. I never understood people that said Michael Jordan was robbing the hood. Oh, he's selling us these expensive ass shoes. I'm like, yeah, but you ain't got to buy them motherfuckers. Michael Jordan's shoes didn't change my life. Don't get me wrong, I have a shit ton of Air Jordans, but what he provided for me as a child was inspiration and motivation to grow up and follow my dreams and do shit that I want to, but be fucking determined, believe in myself, and know that the sky is the fucking limit. And I hate to brag, but this past weekend, I performed at a Jordan event and I got some free shoes. Huh? Who say Michael Jordan don't care about, he don't care about us? Because these shoes ain't shit, but what I'm saying is he giving back to the community whether he outwardly said or not. Now recently, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, and LeBron James got together on the ESPY Awards and they talked about the Black Lives Matter movement and talked about violence. And I ask y'all this, do athletes have a social responsibility? I mean, think about it. At the time when Michael Jordan was getting money, nobody was getting it the way he was getting it. I'm talking about tons and tons and tons of endorsements. And now it's just kind of standard for most athletes to have these endorsements. But at the time, he was kind of like an anomaly, like, man, this dude is doing so much. And in his mind, he maybe was like, I don't want to fuck this up. It's a more even amount of wealth across the NBA. I feel like athletes do have a voice, but do they have a responsibility to speak up? I'm kind of on the fence about it. I don't know, because you do have a voice and you do have a responsibility to give back to the people that support you. But at the same time, if this fucked my money up, I'm gonna be back in the same situation I came from. I wanna know y'all opinion, man. I mean, what would you do? You got all this money and endorsements and stuff coming in. Do you speak up? Or do you kind of fade to the back and you give your money and allocate your resources to causes that help fight whatever you're going against? Let me know what y'all think. Leave some comments down below. I'm Calvin Evans. This has been Sunny with a Chance of Funny. I'm out.